A massive update for crypto regs. Yeah, we should be getting a vote next month. Ooh, the Senate bringing us the juice. A trader bets against XRP. Meanwhile, we've got the Franklin Templeton XRP ETF coming. We'll talk price action along with...
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
And we got to talk about BTC and ETH, the 5th day in a row of institutional outflows. Another $500 million wiped off the board. The volume for crypto is 158 billion. But we've got great news regarding the Senate and crypto regs. Now, before we get into that news, you know the deal. You are the viewer, you matter most. And I share your comments from random videos at the beginning of every video. And I pick them from random times of the day. Rando. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Hopefully she snaps you back with a picture of her. Tatas. Vulpine Leash, shiny or bright green or red, bringing in the holiday joy. Thank you, Santa Claus. That's right, this is my time of year, and ooh, is the Senate gonna give us a gift? I'm actually excited about this one to share this story with you. Ronnie Gibson's hanging out with us. Says, do you think the ETF was the only reason that it kept XRP above the $2 mark? No, I don't believe so. We've seen so much support for XRP north of $2. I don't think the ETFs have taken effect yet. And we got to talk about the Franklin Templeton ETF for XRP. Broad Location Services, if you need a gold claim, that's the person to go to. Says out here staking claims and blazing strains. Love it. Unplugged from crypto, but can't let Klaus go. Klaus for House 2028. Ooh, I like it. Bitcoin. Ugh. Is Bitcoin in the buy zone? Are any of y'all buying Bitcoin right now? 91,304. ETH is 3,066. XRP is 212. While BNB's at 915. HBAR 14.5. I don't know. I'm kind of looking at it. Zcash making a rally up 11% to 618. We talked about the outflows. Well, what about the altcoin season? 30 out of 100. A lot of fear in the market right now is yes. We have seen the market cap slide in the last several weeks from 3.9 trillion to 3.12. So essentially we've wiped out what? 800 billion worth of market cap since the end of October, everyone. Holy crap. Look at BTC. Yeah, it touched that 90,000 mark not too long ago. 89.9. But look at this. 91. I mean, this is kind of... I don't know about y'all. Looking at BTC charts, I'm sitting here thinking, man, how long is this pain train gonna last? Because this is some pressure. We have not seen BTC on this type of price pressure for a long time. Look, I just keep zooming out on this chart. BTC, all-time highs not too long ago, and now we way down. All right, let's talk about the Senate. Senate committee set December vote for crypto market structure bill. The long-awaited U.S. crypto market structure all is moving again in Washington. It appears they get done with the Epstein vote, and they're like, yo, we got to work on crypto. Clarity and the Responsible Financial Innovation Act aims to clarify the SEC and CFTC roles. Final passage is unlikely until 2026. We get that. Why? Well, mid-December, they got to start voting on what? More bills to fund the government. Then at the end of January, that temporary funding bill expires and we go back into shutdown mode. But if we could get this done, let's just do it. If we wait too long, it's going to be closer to midterms and these politicians ain't going to work. They're going to do what? Yeah, work on getting reelected. Senate Banking Chairman Tim Scott confirmed the timeline with additional details shared by crypto correspondent Eleanor Tourette on X. Let's go to her. And by the way, everything you see in this video, all my other videos, it's linked down below. Seriously, you want some of the best crypto news out there? She even has a crypto newsletter. Seriously, go check her out. I've got her Twitter information down below. She likes cats. That's the only, downfall with her. She likes, if she was a dog person, it'd be a little different story. But she likes cats. This is what she says. Some more clarity here. Pardon the pun. Well done. The Clarity Act and the Crypto Market Structure Bill are the same thing. The Clarity Act was passed by the House in July, and the Senate has been working on its own version. The Senate version, the Responsible Financial Innovation Act, is largely based on the House bill, but is being tweaked by the Senate Ag Committee overseeing the CFTC piece, and the Senate Banking Committee overseeing the SEC and illicit finance piece. We saw a bipartisan discussion draft released from the AG last week and are still waiting for one from the banking. Keep in mind, we've actually already seen 2 drafts from them, but they were both GOP-led. This one is expected to be bipartisan. Yes, both sides of the aisle support, which means we could get this done once banking releases its bipartisan draft. And this is what happens. The subcommittees each have their own. They submit it, goes through subcommittee vote, then goes through the main chamber, right? The Senate, then that would go on to the House. Once the banking releases its bipartisan draft, markups and votes in both committees are expected early next month. So early December, votes in both committees. Hit that notification bell because you know I'm going to be live streaming that shit because we got to keep an eye on this. The 2 versions of the bill then will merged into a single legislative text with Chairman Scott indicating that he wants to bring it to the Senate floor early in 2026. Once the bill passes the Senate, it'll go back to the House for final approval. There you go, everyone. I've got the updated dates. We should start voting on December, and then in early 2026, we should be finalizing that action. Now, positive news, yes it is, but a trader out there bet big against XRP. They opened up a $27 million short with 20x leverage against XRP. They also bet heavily against BTC and Zcash. Zcash pumping big, up now almost 13% in the last 24 hours, so that trader might get washed. What about that Franklin Templeton XRP ETF? What about all the other ETFs we got coming out here in the next week? They're good, but they're coming at a time when the macros are bad. XRP price ignores the Franklin Templeton XRP ETF, slips on key support. The upcoming Franklin Templeton XRP ETF enters the market at a time when other crypto products are facing continued outflows. We talked about BTC and ETH, massive amount of outflows. The Solana products, though, have been gaining large amounts of inflows. Little rotation to the alts via the ETFs. According to Vetify's rankings, Franklin Templeton holds the 19th position among ETF issuers with $44.7 billion in assets under management. Don't forget, you got Canary Capital doing as well. Crypto attorney Bill Morgan highlighted XRP's retracement from July's peak of 366, noting that the token has returned to levels seen before the resolution of the SEC. No, we have not returned to SEC XRP resolution prices. That's not what's going on. Okay, yeah, I get the whole like settlement thing at the end, but look, the case is already over by then. We're back to the $2 floor support. So we got more XRP ETFs coming out. Will any of them bring the juicy action we're looking for? Price action right now says, I don't know about that, girlfriend. We're right back to that 212, 211 mark. Why is that important? Because right here, on the 17th and 18th, we hit that, started rebounding from there, but look at this. We're right back where we were, and this is a key point for XRP because, look, we last saw those levels on the 4th of November, so if we breach through here, we're going into what, 205, 209 territory? Is that finally in the buy level for a lot of you out there? Let me know in the comments down below. Volume for XRP, little soft, down 31% to $4.6 billion. I can understand that because right now people are looking, okay, if I can go sub 2, I'm getting a deal. Right now, not a deal, but it's still a decent price, better than what we've seen as of late. But is this decent enough for you to be gobbling up that action? We were at 366 just a couple months ago, and now XRP's at 211, but we've got ETFs. And we've got some movement with the Senate wanting to vote on regs. And we know the regs are going to bring us the clarity we're looking for. And it's going to bring that money from the sideline into the crypto playing field. Happy Wednesday, everyone. All right, let's go over that time frame really quick again because I know it can be confusing. Remember, the Clarity Act passed the House in July. Now it's over to the Senate. So the House is sitting here waiting. There's nothing the House can do right now. It's all up to the Senate. The Senate is going to take the Clarity Act and their own version of the bill. You're going to see a little work in subcommittees, right? The Banking Committee, the Ag Committee, all that. These subcommittees are going to work on it. Once these subcommittees work on it, they will vote on it within that subcommittee. So like, say like the Ag Committee or the Banking Committee. They're like, all right, what do y'all committee members think of this bill, right? And then they're going to upvote that bill. Once it goes from the subcommittee point, it then goes for the entire Senate to vote on. Once the Senate votes on it and approves it, it now goes back to the House because this is a modified version of the Clarity Act, right? So it's not the original one, and anything that's modified has to go back for approval. So then, in about the beginning of the year, right, January, they hopefully should have that vote done, February at the latest, as long as a government shutdown doesn't happen, and that's the key timing here. Remember, the government runs out of money at the end of January, so they got to get this done before then, or they got to get the continuing resolution to fund the government done before then. So once it's done with the House in Senate in early 2026, it goes to the House. Then the House votes on it, does their thing, and then hopefully El Presidente signs it. But hopefully it's done before these politicians work on getting reelected. That's the two big things that we're kind of fighting right now. Number one, government funding, all right? You've got that deadline, end of January, where the government runs out of money again. So you got that deadline, and then you got the November 2026 midterm deadline. The closer we get to that midterm deadline, the less people want to work on stuff, and the more they want to work on getting jobs, like getting hired again, like politicking for your vote, whatever you want to call it. So we got to get this done in the first part of the year, or else if we run close up to that election time, ain't no politician going to be working on crypto regs. So I will keep you informed, because this is big news coming out of the Senate. It appears the Senate is like, yo, we need to get this stuff done. That would be freaking great. So probably no regs in 2025, but we're getting subcommittee votes in 2025, which is what we need to move the market forward. Because what's the point of having all these juicy ETFs if these juicy ETFs represent a product that doesn't have any legal clarity? And I know people are going to be like, oh, but bro, Torres this and that. Torres is not law. Torres is interpretation of current law, which we know is outdated. And right now, we don't know if cryptos are a security or a commodity. So yeah, we're looking for the real clarity and not executive order action as well, because that's soft. The next president comes in, can hate crypto, undo those executive orders with their own. So choo-choo what? Well, the sign's been saying it behind me this whole time. Oh, I'm sorry, you're visually impaired, my bad. Well, I guess my voice is going to have to guide you through this. The sign behind me flashes, and it flashes every few seconds, and the sign says choo-choo what? No, it doesn't say choo-choo what. It says choo-choo bitches.